Hello everybody and welcome back to another Pokemon news update presented by the Game House. I'm Rob. I'm here to give you guys all the new Pokemon news, rumors, leaks, all that stuff that I found interesting here in the last week or so. We don't always get to everything, but we try our best. If there's anything that you think we're missing, make sure to let me know in the comments section below. Also, let me know in the comments section below what you are most looking forward to from this video. There are a few different things we're going to be talking about, a couple news updates, a couple updates that may be leading towards Pokemon Legends ZA, and then some thoughts as well on some other things that were announced that could be leading towards Legends ZA. That's really the only thing we have to go on, right? We are into December at this point, and we're probably, about 8-ish weeks away, maybe, from Pokemon Day 2025, so a lot of these updates are going to mostly consist of rumors and everything's kind of getting up to Pokemon Day. So, yeah, let me know, like I said, what you think about that. Also, make sure to like if you enjoyed this video. It does help us out a lot. And make sure to subscribe if you like Pokemon content, as we're coming out with Pokemon content on a daily basis. These news updates, we have tier lists that are coming out, questions that we're answering, and Let's Plays, different ones that are going on. So make sure that you subscribe if you like Pokemon content. But let's hop into this. We're starting off with Pokemon TCG Pocket. This is the game that is really continuing to kind of sweep through everybody. We are waiting on the newest packs and the newest sets to arrive. I still believe that there's a new pack anticipated sometime in the next few weeks, and then a full-on new set potentially coming in January, and I have to imagine that for the 30th anniversary in February that we will be getting some major update for that as well. But the first one here is that a new premium pass reward, they are here. So if you are a premium pass person, you're signed up, I believe it's like $10 a month. You're gonna be getting that, limited edition Mewtwo card, along with some cool opportunities to get Pikachu. I believe the past members get the Mewtwo card like right away the next time they had logged in after this. And then I believe you just had to, start earning the tokens or whatever for getting the card backs and for getting the playmat with Pikachu on it. Definitely a smart idea for them to start off with that. After that, they also announced just a few days later, while we already have the Venusaur drop event going on, that they're going to be running a Wonder Pick event for Magnemite, which is one of the earlier designs for Magnemite in terms of Pokemon cards, and then a new Bulbasaur card as well. Generally, they're free, and it looks like it's going to be available for exactly 2 weeks, so you'll have plenty of opportunities. I believe it's like once a day for you to try to get one or both of these cards. Hopefully you will. I mean, if your luck is really bad and you don't, let me know. I will say that I did not get my first pool of this, unfortunately, so I'm hoping that the next one will be good, and it may be more than one a day, now that I'm thinking about it. It might be like 2 or 3 times a day. I don't know. You guys will have to look. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, like I said, I was unfortunately not able to get the Magnemite one. But the last bit of news, and one that hasn't exactly been, I think, promoted really by the Pokemon Company, but one that I thought was interesting, is that the Pokemon TV channel is making an official return on YouTube. So, for a long time, Pokemon TV was kind of around and available, I think, mostly on Apple, maybe, if I remember correctly. But this is going to give people, I think, the opportunity to watch Pokemon, from all the older generations, all the older shows. It's definitely not a bad thing, and I think for kids especially, the ability to watch this will be good. And I think that, I'm sure the Pokemon Company is looking to make some extra ad revenue on YouTube, so I would have to imagine that is probably, the main reason why they are putting this out there. But it at least is going to be free in the sense of, yeah, you'll have to sit through some commercials, but you'll get to watch it on YouTube. And, I can only imagine that this will help grow Pokemon in a very good way. And having all the older episodes will be nice. Instead of it being all over the place on Netflix or Hulu or wherever, it's all going to be on one place on the official YouTube channel. I'm excited to see when they make this announcement. I don't know exactly when it's happening, but hopefully it'll be happening soon. Now, though, let's head into some, I'm going to call it speculation, some piecing together of things. The first thing is going to be that, watch your step, Piplup. They made a new Piplup Funko Pop. It's winter in most places around the world, at least I think in the Northern Hemisphere. And, it makes sense to have Christmas and holiday themed, winter themed type, announcements, activations, maybe is a better way to put it. So having a Funko Pop, like a really cool new Funko Pop for Piplup, seeing that it is based on a penguin, makes a lot of sense. But then they posted this as well, a story in 3 parts, which is Legends Arceus with a big and a small Piplup, one jumping up and down. And I had put a tweet out about this specific post saying that it's very convenient that they happen to be putting this out there, that it's one of the first starter Pokemon that we've seen in a little bit. That's not like an Eevee or a Pikachu. And I just don't think that this is a coincidence. Empoleon, if you had watched one of the past news updates, is expected to be coming out on Pokemon Unite sometime around March. Then you have this whole, then they put this out. Then you have this whole picture, penguin, right, in the middle of Legends Arceus. They could have put it in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They just could have done it in, Diamond and Pearl or Platinum even. There are a lot of different places. Pokemon Home, right? There are so many different options for where they could have put this Piplup, and yet they put it right there in Legends Arceus. I don't think that this is just a coincidence, right? Pokemon is very, very smart, right? Like a lot of people don't like to think so, but the Pokemon Company, they're very deliberate. They are very smart with the way that they market things. This is why it is the biggest franchise in the entire world. It is by a very large margin, and it has dominated, pretty much every other franchise that I can think of for the past nearly 30 years at this point, right? They are doing this on purpose because I am almost 100% sure at this point that Piplup is going to be one of the starters for Legends ZA. If it is not, then I guess this will be one of the biggest, pullovers of people, right? Like the biggest deceptions of all time. They've truly been misleading us almost intentionally at this point. I just don't think Pokemon is going to do that, though. They're not exactly tricky. And they like to lay breadcrumbs for us, whether it's in older games or whether it is in their marketing campaigns. We have seen them do this in the past. People have already speculated about, I believe it was a 2025 calendar that may or may not have had Piplup on it. I can't remember, but there were like starters. I think like obviously all the Kalos starters were on it, and there may have been one other random starter that just happened to be in there as well, and it may have ended up being Piplup, but it just feels like with Empoleon, Napoleon, you're heading back to Kalos. It almost feels like a foregone conclusion that Piplup is going to be one of the starters in Pokemon Legends ZA. If you guys think I'm crazy, let me know, but I can't get past the fact that, on the same day, right, they announced this Funko Pop when we have the rumors with Empoleon coming to Pokemon Unite, and then they just happen to post it only in Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's just, if nothing else, it's a very weird coincidence to me, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but let me know what you guys think. The last thing is going to be here. Soul Silver Art puts out that there's a Pokemon Go commercial here, or I guess, whatever you want to call it, and it's telling us about this new event that's going to run from December 3rd till March 4th, 5 days essentially after, or a week, I should say, after Pokemon Day next year. And it only just happens to have Hoopa, which is a Generation 6 Pokemon, right? Kalos Pokemon. And he, or they even talk about, halfway teasing this with the original tweet, especially because there are so many reasons why Generation 5, not 6, will be featured next in Pokemon Go. There's also a big TCG event coming for this. Black Bolt and White Flare have been announced. as sets that we will be seeing next year as well. And this not only points to, with Pokemon Go, right, it not only points to the fact that we're going to Kalos, right, we're getting Pokemon Legends ZA. I think we're going to be seeing a lot about it here over the next few months. But also, right, I think Generation 5 has a very good chance of getting its remakes announced next Pokemon Day as well. And we may be even getting it sooner than we realize. I think there's a real opportunity, or a real chance, I should say, that we are going to be getting Pokemon Legends ZA and a Black and White or Black and White 2 or some sort of Black and White, Pokemon content next year, which would make sense based on what we have seen in the past, right? When Arceus came out, we got Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. While we will not be getting an X and Y remake yet, I do believe that Pokemon was never going to skip over Black and White 2 in terms of a remake. I think they always fully intended to have a remake of it. They just decided to announce Legends ZA sooner because I think that would get people more excited. There would be more speculation, right? A lot more discussion based around it because we just don't know really what Legends ZA is yet. And if they had announced Black and White 2 remakes, we basically would know what the game is, right? Like, unless if they are going to make some massive changes that I really wouldn't expect based on what we've seen in the past, it's probably just going to be a graphical update, something new, and it'll be our first opportunity to play it on the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2, which I'm very excited about. But this has been it mostly. Like, we are trying to kind of piece this puzzle together based on the information that has already been sent to or shown to us through the different marketing and advertising that we are seeing right now. And I just don't believe that any of this is a coincidence. All of Pokemon basically is lined up, and they have their release schedules years in advance to make sure that marketing lines up perfectly with the release of their games. And it just feels like it would just be too random for them to just go back to Black Bolt and White Flare, right? Like, why would they do that in the middle of 2025, in the middle of a release cycle that, we've gotten 151. We haven't really gotten much for Gens 2, 3, or 4 necessarily with the trading card game, but, I guess if they were going to use this time in between games, because a lot of the TCG stuff is based on the latest game, and it seems like they've maybe run out or stretched enough of Scarlet and Violet to the point where it's not really worth it for us. But, like, it feels so impossible for them to be putting this out here without it, directly tying in to what we already know. So, I don't know. Again, maybe I'm putting on my tinfoil hat too much with some of this stuff, but a lot of other people seem to be feeling the way that I do. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to make the decision as to whether or not I'm crazy, but let me know what you guys think. Also, make sure to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this content. We're putting out a lot more of it. And that is going to wrap it up for us on this Pokemon News weekly update. And that means that I will catch you guys on the next one.